format, I'm happy to share a detail with you. We are going to be recognizing our high school and college graduates, of course, and we're so thankful for their achievements and accomplishments. We will also share this devotional now. For those of you viewing and were eager what point I would share, this right here is it. We have a key point and a key devotional themed from Philemon today and based around verse 11. Inspired Scripture doesn't tell us what happened between Philemon and Onesimus. I wish it did, but there are some extra biblical sources, very credible, that we are looking to, and I am eager to share an interesting discovery that I'm sure many eyebrows were raised the first time they saw this being written. Where is the time? What's the time frame? 50 years after the event. 50 years after Philemon was handed the letter. And about 20 years after the Bible was completed. Isn't that interesting? Out of all divine scripture, inspiration, when it was completed, 20 years just after that, that a man named Ignatius, who was a first century Christian writer and would be a martyr, was on his way, on his journey to where he would be killed, but he was able to stop in a place called Smyrna to write some encouraging letters to some congregations. And the man Ignatius wrote to the Ephesians, and copies of that still exist today. I will encourage you, in two ways. One, by not reading the whole letter, but I think you'll be encouraged by just reading the first line. I'm going to read to you the first line because of who it is addressed to. To the wonderful minister and elder, Onesimus. Now, I know what you're thinking. Michael, is this the same guy? And can we be sure? Well, if it's not the same guy, it is one of the most extremely odd coincidences that we know of, because Ignatius, who is a student of Scripture, just happened to have included the writing of verse 11 to Philemon from Paul as he's now writing to the congregation, addressing the letter to this Onesimus. And this particular verse 11 reminds everyone that he was formerly useless to you, but now has become very useful both to you and to me. Would that encourage you to be reminded that you're now the one still useful to all, if this is who you are? And I would like to think that this is the same guy. That he was forgiven, that he was reconciled, he kept maturing, he kept serving the brethren, and becoming even an elder in the church. To the graduates, we wish you success in your work. We wish you success in your home life, your family life, primarily your relationship with God, because that affects everything else in your life. I have a list of some subpoints here that I'd like to share with you, and it's listed there for you. I encourage you by our study and theme today, keep a genuine converted heart to Christ. Serve to enhance the body in the ministry of Christ. Love your brethren with the love of Christ. And in this world, implied by Scott's prayer earlier, be brave to acknowledge and live by that truth. The world desperately needs it. And do the right things that honor Christ, no matter how hard those things might be.